Hello, last year a player made by company Luxury and Precision, model L5 Pro, became probably the best player that I've tried last year, or at least one of the best. It offers nice musical smooth sound, very rich and warm and interesting. It has a pretty good interface and actually it's a pretty nice universal player. After the success of L5 Pro, Luxury and Precision decided to make a less expensive model. They gave them index L3 and I've got this player for a review. It is also an interesting model that has unusual features and also offers good sound. It cost about $400, which is 2 times less than L5 Pro. This player uses almost the same packaging as L5 Pro. As you can see, it is nice black cardboard box without almost any polygraphy. Inside there are, you can remove this outer wrap, and inside there are 2 separate boxes. One with player itself and second with the accessories. I've already pulled everything out. So in accessories set you will have a USB cable, manual, screen protector, I've already attached it, and this nice blue case. Actually pretty good. It's nice to have a case with player, so you're saving money on buying a case, and also you can not worry that something will happen with your new player. So actually you can see interesting color, good quality, good case. L3 shares a common shape of case with L5. They are looking pretty common. So L5 is a bit bigger in all dimensions. It's longer, it's a bit thicker, and also it's also a bit wider, but they share same shape, same metal, no, not the same, but metal body. But you can see that L5 Pro is made of more darker material. It looks more superb. Also back panels here is nice wood, and this is simple, or maybe not so simple, it's a carbon, but it also looks pretty good and 3-dimensional. So controls are pretty much the same. Here is 3 buttons as here for play control. Memory card slot is here. You can use up to 128 GB cards, but I think maybe in the 200 GB will be also okay. Player has 16 GB of internal memory. This button, 3 buttons here, one is used for screen on, off and lock, and these 2 buttons are really good, nice feature. It is custom buttons that allows you can select what they do in the menu, so you can use 2 functions of the player accessible by these quick buttons. Volume regulator is made using encoder, so it rotates freely in both directions. It has good click, it's smooth and nice. On the bottom there are headphone output, line output combined with SPD if it supports DSD over PCM, and balanced output. This player uses 2 Cirrus Logic 4398 digital to analog converter and fully balanced amplifier schema. So this model doesn't have balanced output, just regular, but it uses AK449. And also USB slot, USB socket here. It's used for charging to access the internal and external memory, and also this player can be used as USB digital to analog converter with your computer, for example. So inside used some op-amps that Luxury and Precision doesn't disclosure. They even ordered op-amps that branded with their own brand names, so nobody doesn't know what it's inside. Output power is not as big as for this player. from the single-ended output it gives 1.2 volts for 32 ohms load, and balance gives 2.4. It's pretty okay for IEMs, but not for the big cans. It's a player actually, I think, specially designed for in-ear monitors and high-end headphones with good sensitivity and not big impedance. But it's in the next chapter where I talk about the sound. So inside there is a pretty good battery that gives about 10 hours of playback from single-ended output and about 8 hours of playback from the balanced out. It is a pretty good playtime for modern device actually. Firmware of the player is pretty basic. As you can see, screen isn't really good seen in the bright light, but actually it's remain visible on the sun. All interface is built around 3 tabs. First one, it is the media library. Here you can update media library, browse by directories, see all your music in one list, or browse by artist and album. So actually you can select card, and here you can select what you need. There are 2 flaws present here. First is the player sorts contents of the SD card by update time, so you will need to use some utility like fat sorter, for example, to sort the files in order to play in the alphabetical order. And also it doesn't support swipe scroll. You will need to use these buttons on the bottom screen to scroll the list back and forward. Besides this, everything is pretty okay. Play screen is nice, you will see resolution. Player supports up to 24 bits and 668 kHz. Actually it supports DSD up to DSD 256 and almost all modern formats. Playback control buttons and so on. And settings. Here you can select play mode, equalizer settings, visualization, will you need lyrics, audio output, change, digital filter, output phase and so on. And some advanced settings. Here is display settings, language, shutdown, sleep timer, USB connection mode, system info. That's pretty much it. Luxury and Precision support their players. They release updated firmware, but actually they didn't implement, for example, swipe scroll for more than a year. So firmware lacks some features, but it's pretty stable and reliable, and anyway works pretty okay. So it's not the best player firmware wise, but it's still the good. It has all features, so it's a pretty normal. And about the sound, this player is primarily created for the IEMs and in-ear models. It can drive big cans, but better for this use you should use balanced output, as it gives 2 times more power. What else? It has absolutely almost no noise. It is the advantage of this player. If you're noise sensitive, it is really good player for you. And for the IEMs, it offers a pretty good sound actually, without almost any coloration, without any flaws and issues and so on. Bass goes pretty deep, it has a good punch, it's really textured, it's very nice. I listen this player, for example, with Campfire Audio Jupiter, and it's really good in controlling the bass. It gives really nice amounts, and with some bassy IEMs like Noble Kaiser, it is really punchy combination with a lot of good bass. Mid frequencies are nice, detailed, emotional, pretty clear. Soundstage width is a bit wider than average. Depth is also a bit bigger than average. Not the biggest one, but also very nice, natural. Instrument separation is good. Imaginary stage is nicely layered, so absolutely no issues, no flaws here. It's very nice and very competitive model. Treble is also not harsh, not fatiguing, good detail, has good detalization, has pretty nice decay. It's really sounds like some good, more expensive player. So the only flaw here, as I've said before, it's lacking of power. For AM, I think it is one of the best options, not even in its price range, but even for more expensive players. It can be a bit not good with low impedance models, but with almost all IMs that has at least 16 ohms, it is really nice. For the $400, I can't even think about something better. Thank you for attention.